What is the balance of activating a force for change, but also trying to permeate that patriarchy, that power structure? And is that a part of the calculation of your art as well? And what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
I'm sure you do, Charmine.
Put a chicken in it and make her name it gay!
What's up, all meet you Walkshipples, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about none other than the first female director of a Star Wars movie, Miss Charmine. If you're thinking to yourself, Anna, but what about that one chick that directed Obi-Wan Kenobi? Or what about how back when Kathleen Kennedy announced, like, Patty Jenkins, the woman that directed Wonder Woman, she was going to direct a Star Wars movie? Or what about any of the other women that have worked on Star Wars? Well, guess what? They don't count anymore. That's right. They don't count anymore because this woman, Miss Charmine, is the new savior of Star Wars. Now, maybe some of you are wondering, well, Anna, maybe that's just her making a blanket statement. Maybe she's got really good credentials. Well, let's hear from her what her credentials are.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I think at the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism. And every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there. And I think that as a storyteller, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh my God. Well, I mean, maybe she's a gigantic Star Wars fan. Like, maybe that's what her goal is, that she's an activist, but she actually loves Star Wars. Let's hear her pitch for this.
You know, I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special. And we're in 2024 now. And I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
It's finally time for a woman to step forward and tell stories in Star Wars. Bitch, where the fuck have you been? Marcia Lucas, George Lucas's ex-wife, she was his wife at the time, won an Oscar for editing the Star Wars movie. An Oscar. His daughter, Katie Lucas, wrote some of the best Star Wars Clone War episodes. There have been women working in Star Wars since the beginning. Heck, freaking Lee wrote the screenplay for Empire Strikes Back, which is hands down the best Star Wars movie ever made. I think that's pretty unanimous that everybody agrees that that's the best Star Wars movie. But oh no, excuse me, this woman walked in and now all of a sudden, sorry for, those women that have helped and contributed to some of the most iconic pieces of film history. Sorry, none of you guys exist because this woman with, almost no experience, now she's the first one. Sorry, ladies. She beat you to it.
Not you, just not.
God, I hate fake geek girls.
Put a chicken in it and make her name it gay!
It is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that. And recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection.
Now, imagine if a man said that about a woman. If a man said, hey, women, you need to think about things differently because you have wrong think. Maybe, just maybe, you're wrong about everything and you need to look at things differently. Does that sound sexist to you guys? Funny how when they do it, it's okay. But let's continue, Charmine.
And then say, maybe there is something wrong with the way I think, or maybe there is something wrong with the way I am addressing this issue.
Well, you don't say, Charmene. You don't say. It's almost like you should take a little bit of your own advice and look in the mirror and say, maybe, just maybe, I'm approaching this wrong, right? Because no, this woman, all of these women, it's this weird concept that they can do no wrong, that they are the embodiment of everything that's righteous. They walk on water. They make absolutely no mistakes because they are perfect. Just maybe, hun, you should take a hard look in the mirror and think, I'm directing a Star Wars movie that is, pretty much the majority of the fan base has always been men, right? Yes, women like Star Wars. I'm one of them. But from my experience growing up, it's a lot easier to talk to boys about Star Wars than it is to find a girl that you can talk about Star Wars with. So from my own experience, I'm going to back up that damn statement. But just maybe, hun, maybe when you're pitching the fact that you're going to be directing a movie, maybe, I don't know, one, do some fucking goddamn research on this IP that you are going to be, the face of for a hot minute while you direct this film. And just maybe don't have the hubris to think that you are the only one, that you are the first woman to work on this franchise. I don't know. Maybe it was that woman named Kathleen Kennedy that hired you. Take it in mind. She's done an absolute terrible job of it. But she is a woman, and she has been in charge of Star Wars for 11 years now. So maybe, just maybe, that right there proves that you're not the first woman that's running a Star Wars show or running a Star Wars franchise. Crazy how that tiny little key information works. But also, again, do the research. Go look at all the women that have worked on Star Wars. I don't know, maybe watch a fucking Star Wars movie and you could see the credits at the end and see all of the women that are listed in the credits. Just maybe that's a little bit important. But no, because you don't want to look at that reality, because it's all men's fault, right? All of the men are the problem here in this situation, not you. Apparently, it's all the people online, all of the fans online that you are deciding to label as men and, trying to align them with a certain political agenda. It's funny how that works, right? It's like, oh, this person disagrees with me, so I'm just going to say they're on the opposite side of the political agenda as me, label them as sexist, misogynist man babies that live in their mother's basement, and call it a day. Can't take actual criticism. You can't take your own advice, Charmene. And the reason, you want me to let you know the reason why everyone is up in arms about this movie is because of everything I've said throughout this video so far. You're full of shit. You didn't do a single shred of research on this IP. You just wanted to come out and make this declaration that you're the first whammon ever, and it's time that a whammon led a Star Wars movie. But you're wrong. Women have been involved in Star Wars since the beginning. If you did 5 seconds of research, you would know that. And people pointing that simple fact out, that doesn't mean that they're on this side of the political spectrum or this side. That doesn't mean that they're sexist, misogynist man babies that live in their mother's basement. No, that just means that they are Star Wars fans and they're pointing out a fact. Just because you don't like the fact that this fact, completely destroys everything you've said, that doesn't change the fact that it's a fact. And I can't believe I said fact that many times. And oh my gosh, these people drive me crazy. They drive me crazy because they're so dumb. It's like, oh my God, good. 5 seconds of research. That's all it would take. But no, that is too hard for these people that are running multi-billion-dollar companies. And this movie, it's probably going to have, a budget of $300 million, because that I feel like they're laundering money or something. It doesn't make any sense. Godzilla -1 didn't even have a $15 million budget, and that movie was absolutely fantastic. Go see it if you haven't already. And then they're like, oh yeah, it was like $200 million plus whatever marketing. It's like, how is this company still alive? I know it's the theme parks, but still, it's like that is who you want to be in charge of Star Wars. A woman that proudly says she just wants to make an entire gender uncomfortable. It's like, well, that's the gender that typically is going to give you money. So you're just saying F you to them. You're saying F you to every single woman that came before you, which there was a ton of. Again, go watch any of the movies and go watch the credits. Do 5 seconds of research and you'll find plenty of women that have worked on Star Wars before you. Heck, even Patty Jenkins, who directed the Wonder Woman movie. Then everyone loved her before the second Wonder Woman movie came out. They're like, oh yeah, she's going to direct a Star Wars movie. Nobody batted an eye because everyone was like, oh yeah, she did that one Wonder Woman movie. She knows how to direct like big budget superhero-esque flicks with lots of action. Yeah, and everyone pretty much liked that movie. It had its problems, but pretty much everybody liked it. And that was a female-led movie, and she was going to be doing a Star Wars movie. Nobody batted an eye. There was no controversy over that. Not a single thing. And then the Wonder Woman second movie came out and everyone was like, oh my god, that was terrible, and they just quietly were like, oh yeah, we're just gonna pretend that like she's not directing a movie anymore, that movie doesn't exist anymore. Funny though, like, but no, this one's the first female director, and everyone's so mad. The man babies are so mad that a woman's being directed. It's like, oh well, remember how like nobody was mad about Patty getting announced that she was directing Star Wars? Remember how nobody was upset when Katie Lucas was like writing and directing Star Wars episodes during the Clone Wars? Funny how that works, right? But these people don't care about facts because, contradicts everything. Crazy.
I mean, that's not what a Jedi does.
Anyways, guys, that's the big news with Star Wars this week. They decided to start off the new year, 2024. Guys, guess what? It's the first whammon! Yay! And it's like, yeah, wasn't it the first whammon lead? I don't know. Back in 2013? I don't know. Hasn't it been the first whammon for the past 11 years? I don't know, but for some reason they're like, hey guys, it's a new year. Let's give them some big new news that we've been repeating for the past 11 years. Yay! Yeah. They really are a one-trick pony. But anyways, guys, that's what's going on in Star Wars right now. I'm sure more news will come out as the days progress. But let me know what you think about all of this down below in the comment section. If you guys like my video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay. Thanks so much for watching this far through. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications, all that jazz. And I will see you all in the next one. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.